Hey everyone, thank you for joining me again for another episode of Undeniably Nikki. I'm so happy you guys are here and tuning in once again. So I want to get into the topics, but first, before we do anything, I need you guys to just do me a quick favor. I need you to go to the subscribe button or /bell. Make sure you click on it and make sure you're subscribed to this podcast.
What?
Like I said, I want you guys to be able to get this update every week when I talk about the different, things that are on my mind or that I just kind of want to give my take on. So the way you can ensure that you're getting it is to make sure you click the subscribe button. All right, now let's get into these topics. I first want to start off with some Black excellence. I want to start off by giving a shout out to an amazing 14-year-old girl. Her name is Gayle Harman. Now, if the name doesn't ring a bell, it will now once I get into a little bit more about what she did. So it came out this weekend that Gayle Harman is the creator of the Renegade dance. Now, if any of you are on social media, which I'm pretty sure everyone of you are because everyone is, this is the social media phenomenon that has like pretty much gone viral. The Renegade dance is done to K Camp's Lottery song. You know that song that's like, Renegade, Renegade.
Move this man!
That song like that. Well, anyway, everyone's doing it on social media. Everyone's like doing these like dance moves. They look very complicated, but everyone's doing it from Sierra to Tiny to Kourtney Kardashian. Everyone has been doing this. It's like a little challenge. It became this viral sensation. Well, it turns out that Gayle Harman, this little girl from Atlanta, she's 14 years old, she is the one that is responsible for it. But she is just now getting her credit. So apparently, like in September, she heard the song and she put together this choreography, this little routine with her friend, and they did it on this I can't remember the name of it, this site that's kind of like a TikTok, but it's different, but I can't remember the name of it. So they did it together and they were kind of in split screens, and it just took off. Like she got like 13,000 views on her page alone just from doing this little dance. But the thing is, it took off and everyone was doing it, but no one knew who the originator was. And so little Gayle is saying that she would even go on like different influencers accounts who were doing it and be like, hey, that's my dance, I made that dance up, but no one would ever acknowledge her or give her credit. Well, K Camp, the rapper who did the Lottery song, he just gave Gayle credit and said that if it wasn't for her making up these dance moves, his song Lottery probably wouldn't have gotten as big as it has gotten. So he credits her with his song being able to take off the way it did because of the Renegade dance moves. So this weekend he had her, he did like a little video, he let her do a little video, and he was in the background, and her and one of her friends were doing the little Renegade dance. They do like, I don't know, it's like really complicated, but they did the little dance moves and everything, and then he posted it on his page, and in the time it took for him posting it, and basically just getting out to everyone, we all now know that it was Gayle Harman who was responsible for that viral dance that everyone's doing called the Renegade. So Gayle said when they were, talking to her about how like the dance has taken off, she spoke with the New York Times. She said, I was happy when I saw my dance all over, but I wanted credit for it. I posted it on Instagram and I got about 13,000 views, and people started doing it over and over again, but no one gave her credit for it. So I just want to take a little time to just say shout out to little Gayle Harman, who also takes dance classes in Atlanta. She takes tap, jazz, modern, she does a lot of dance, hip hop. And I just want to let little Gayle know that your hard work has paid off, baby. And I salute you. You are definitely Black excellence. You are young Black excellence. And I salute you. I just think that's such a cute story. So anyway, I'm just happy she's getting her due now. Now, let's get into some juiciness of it all. I want to talk about, my next thing I want to talk about is DWade. I want to just say how I think he is the epitome of Black excellence right now too. And it's mainly because he is doing something that a lot of people should do regardless of how they feel, regardless regardless of whether they support it or not, he is supporting his son. I don't know if you guys paid attention, but this week, DWade talked about, he did an interview on Ellen, and it's been pretty much everywhere, about how his son, Zion, formerly known as Zion, has decided to take a step forward in identifying as a woman, as a female. Zion, who is now going by Zaya and going by being called she or her, was born a male. But the 12-year-old Zion, who is now Zaya, went to her parents and said that she identifies, as being female and would like to start walking that walk and start living her truth. And Gabrielle Union and DWade, they did what any parent should do, and they supported their child.
And once Zion came home and said, hey, you called me Zaya and I'm ready to take on this, I looked at it and said, you are a leader. You are a leader, and it's an opportunity to allow you to be a voice. Right now it's through us because she's 12 years old, but eventually it would be through her.
So they basically, went out, got the information they needed, learned as much as they could in an effort to, as DWade said, set her up so that she can be the best version of herself she can be. And, I just think this is great because, there's still a big stigma just around in general, but especially in the black community when it comes in regards to the LGBTQ plus community. And, my whole thing is I'm a supporter of the LGBTQ plus community. I have, so many people in my life who are amazing, extraordinary people who are a part of that community, and I support them wholeheartedly. And it's really good to see someone like DWade, who is an athlete. Athletes are very known for not being supportive of this community, who is coming out and saying, you know what, this is my child. I love my child regardless, and I'm going to support my child in everything that they do. I just want to read like a couple of things of what DWade said about this. We are proud parents of a child in the LGBTQ plus community, and we're proud allies as well. And we take our roles and our responsibilities as parents very seriously. Zion was born a boy, came home and said, hey, so I want to talk to you guys. I think going forward, I am ready to live my truth. I want to be referenced as she and her. I would love for you guys to call me Zaya. And in response, to that, DWade basically told Ellen that's when they just immediately, they loved their child and they got on it and basically trying to seek out resources and learn everything they need to learn so that they can help their child be the best version of herself. So I just really appreciate that. And it's important, as just people in general and as a community, even if you don't agree with someone's lifestyle, which, what does it hurt? Like, I still don't even understand that. But, I do understand that people have the right to believe what they do, so I'm not going to take away from that. But we have to get out of this way of being putting people down for who they are. There's an alarming amount of stats with the Human Rights Campaign that talks about how the Black LGBTQ community suffers and the trans community suffers a lot because they're not accepted and they are more prone to take their own lives. And when hate, I don't even want to say hate because I think a lot of it is ignorance. I think people just don't understand. So when your lack of understanding or your lack of wanting to learn and understand gets to the point that it is causing people to take their lives and feel not loved and feel unaccepted, that's a problem. And that is when us as human beings have to make a decision to decide, do we want to be that person or do we want to be the person who embraces and loves and accepts people no matter who they are and decide that we want to do better. So I just think DWade, I think Gabrielle Union are amazing in how they are going about this, because I think when people can see how they are responding, it can be an example of maybe how to be. So I salute them. I salute them for supporting their child. I salute little Zaya for deciding to live her truth and just be authentically herself. And I know the road is going to be hard, but I know with parents like that, that it'll be a little easier for her to navigate. So yeah, I just thought that was really good and really sweet. We need to talk about the elephant in the room. And the elephant has been the entire Snoop Dogg, Gayle King interview with Lisa Leslie, that whole controversy. So, I tried to do a video for you guys last week on this entire topic, and long story short, I had camera issues, but I'm gonna get it together, y'all. I'm gonna get it together. And just basically give my take on it. So I'm gonna just start with, everything, and then we'll go into it. So the latest news is that Gayle King has accepted Snoop Dogg's apology. Now, for those who may not know, I'll just go through everything. So Gayle King did an interview with Lisa Leslie, who was one of Kobe Bryant's best friends. And in the interview, she asked Lisa Leslie about Kobe's legacy and whether or not the allegations of rape had tarnished it. Now, this interview was done literally maybe 2 weeks after Kobe Bryant died. So it's very fresh and very raw. And I personally think, and I love Gayle King and I love Oprah Winfrey. So, for me to say this definitely means something. I think it was in poor taste of Gayle King, and I cringed when I saw it. When I saw the interview, I cringed, and I couldn't believe she had asked her that, especially considering that he had just passed. You had Kobe's entire life when he was here to ask these questions, and to his friends, to his family, and to him. And the rape allegations, the case was thrown out because the victim would not testify, and there was some murkiness with her story. So I just don't understand why there was a need to do that at a time when everyone is just so raw from losing a great man, and everyone his family is still just trying to grasp that he's gone. So I didn't like it. I didn't like the interview. I didn't like that question was even asked, and I was very disappointed in Gayle. I was very proud of Lisa in the way she handled it with so much grace and class and elegance, but I was very disappointed in the way that Gayle did that. With that saying, I was a person who was like, oh, I can't believe she did that, and I'm disappointed, but I didn't feel the need to attack her like a lot of people did. And Snoop Dogg was one of the ones who attacked her, and he attacked her in such a vicious way. There's a way to speak out against someone and what they've done and tell them your disappointment without attacking them in a vicious, misogynistic way. And Snoop Dogg, immediately went to name calling, cussing her out. He called her a dog-faced bitch, and said, "We gonna come get you." And people took that as a threat, and it just turned into this horrible, nasty, messy thing, to the point that Gayle King was actually getting threats, and things just went bad. It went from right to left real quick. Well, it was never right, because the question should have never been asked. So that all unfolded within a week, and Snoop recently came out and he said that he wanted to apologize to Gayle King for saying what he said. He was upset. Kobe was his homie. He was upset, and after having a talk with his mama, we can always depend on our mamas. After having a talk with his mama, he realized what he did was wrong. So, he wanted to apologize for the way in which he handled it. He's still upset. He still don't understand why she did what she did, but he wanted to apologize in the way in which she handled it. And I can totally get behind that. Because when Snoop went on the attack, I understood his frustration, but I was also disappointed in Snoop, because I'm like, we're better than that. We're better than that as a people. And, set the example, set the tone, and that was not a good tone to set. So the latest thing that just came out is that Gayle King said that, she accepts Snoop Dogg's apology, and I'm going to try to find the article. So she was just saying she accepts Snoop Dogg's apology and that, you know, she understood that emotions were high. I just hope out of that situation that we as a people in general have just learned that, you know, there is a way of doing things. There's a way to go against and be the opposition and say this is wrong and to stand up for what is right. And then there's a way of not to do it. And, you know, the way that Snoop did it wasn't right. His words were heard, they were felt, and but it wasn't right, you know. And I just hope there was a lesson learned, you know, because we're better than that. We're great people. We're just so much better than that, and we can do better than that. And then the last thing I just want to end with before I get done with this vlog for today, it's going to be a short one. I'm trying something new. I'm trying to do it a little shorter than the 30 to 40 minutes I've been doing. But you guys let me know. Let me know what you think. If you want me to go, you know, my normal 30 to 40 minutes, I'll do that. But if you think it should be shorter, I'll do that. I want to talk about the whole Jussie Smollett thing. Like, y'all, I gotta get a sip of my water on this. Can we just discuss that? Why is this still a thing? Like, okay, at some point you have to be like, okay, Chicago, you being real petty right now. You being real petty. Like, I get what he did, allegedly did. He said he didn't do it. What he allegedly did was wrong, and it was disgusting, and y'all pissed about it. But here's the deal. Y'all win. Like, he loses. Like, his career will never be the same. Like, it's hard to come back from this. People come back from a lot of things, but it's hard to come back from this. And I don't think he's going to come back from this. So I don't understand why we're doing 6 more charges against him and using taxpayers' money to continue to bring cases against this man. Like, it should be done. Like, y'all keep bringing attention that is bad attention to the city of Chicago because of the lies he allegedly told. And I keep saying allegedly because he said he didn't do it. He still proclaims to this day that he did not set up that attack against him. But really, y'all, like, we got 6 more charges. This one is now 6 charges of disorderly conduct. Like, I just don't even... Am I the only one that's lost in what's going on with this? Like, I don't even understand why we're still doing it. Like, I just feel like y'all petty level is like, it's beyond. It's beyond. And a little bit something to strive for. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. But seriously, like, let's just live and let live. Like, enough is enough. Like, stop bringing these charges. I just feel like it's crazy, and I don't even understand why we're still doing it. There's so many things that's going on in the city that you guys have to deal with, and I just feel like the resources and the attention should just be like focused there and not on Jussie Smollett, who doesn't even have a career anymore. Like, probably won't even bounce back from this. He's being punished. Like, he's literally being punished for the rest of his life. So, I don't know. If you guys think differently, let me know. Leave a little comment. I'm gonna wrap up the vlog with this. Leave a little comment. Let me know what you think about the whole Jussie Smollett case thing. Make sure you subscribe, hit the little bell, bing, bing, bing. Wow. And I will see you guys back here next week for another episode of Undeniably Nikki.